G'day, this is Rik Flowerday again. How you going? I just wanted to do a quick follow-up video to my previous one on what is financial literacy. Well, in its basic sense, financial literacy is being able to read and understand a set of financial accounts. I mean, this the scorecard of business is financial accounts. Now, if you think about it in this sense, if business is an intellectual sport, which it is, and our financial accounts are really the scorecard, then doesn't it make sense that everyone should know what the scorecard of their business actually is? If you think about it from the point of view of sport, and if we use sport as an analogy, it'd be a little bit like sitting down to watch a game of sports with your mates, and I don't care whether it's rugby, soccer, cricket, football, baseball, whatever that, hockey, whatever that sport is, it doesn't really matter. But if you sat down with your mates on the couch watching that game, and if you joined the game halfway through, what's the first thing you're going to ask your mates? You're going to say, well, how's the score? What's the score? What would it be like if your mates turned around and said, what do you mean? What do you want to know the score for? I mean, the ref's going to let us know in 6 months' time after the game's finished what the score is. We'll find out then. You'd look at them and go, are you crazy? Are you losing your mind? What are you talking about? What's the score? But that's how most people run their business. They outsource their production of their financial accounts to the accountant. They get them back 6 to 12 months after the end of the financial year and then find out what the score is. Well, if we think it's crazy that that's how people run their, or would look at the score of a sports game, isn't it ridiculous that that's how business people run their business? So financial literacy is about not only understanding and reading and knowing what the scorecard of business is actually telling us, but it's actually making the most of that. And this is the crazy thing, when most people get their accounts back from their accountant, they look at them or ask their accountant, what's the first thing they do? Okay, well, do we make a profit? Yep, okay, cool. What's the profit? Is it more than last year? Great, okay, it must have been a good year. Well, the net profit of a business is really just one scorecard of business. I mean, business has really got 3 different bottom lines, and those bottom lines should be looked, managed, and the business should be managed on those 3 bottom lines, just not just the net profit. So what are these 3 bottom lines that I'm talking about? Well, business has got net profit as one bottom line, sure. It's also got its operating cash flow as another bottom line. And operating cash flow is the surplus cash that business generates. The 3rd bottom line is, what's the return on investment? How well does that business turn or use its assets to produce sales, and ultimately those sales produce cash, or profits and then cash? So there's those 3 different bottom lines, because at the end of the day, as Lou Morley once said, a business can go a long time without profits, but it can't go a day without cash. And that's so true, but yet business never looks, most business people never look at what those 3 bottom lines really are. So to really work the sport of business, we've got to know how to read those financial accounts and get the most out of the business and look at what those 3 bottom lines are. So I'm going to be sharing a few more videos on how you can look at what those 3 bottom lines are in your business, but hopefully you got something from this video, and maybe you're going to change something. Maybe one of those things that you could change is getting your accounts done a lot sooner than the end of the financial year. Maybe you even might consider getting your financial accounts done on a monthly basis and then running your business from that. That's all I wanted to share for now. Hope you got something from this, and I'll see you next time.